Hey there, we got a great sponsor for this here podcast, and it is Cobbler Gobbler. Delicious cobbler. It's right off the square. You can't miss it. Cobbler Gobbler. You're going to gobble that up. So you put it in your mouth. It's good. It's pretty good cobbler.
You hear that siren?
What?
You hear that siren?
Well, yeah, of course I hear it. I'm sitting there trying to do my sponsor. That place next door drives me crazy.
I know it. They just trouble every time they open their doors. Longhorn. We're talking about Longhorns Dance Parlour. They just all these sirens you hear on this podcast. If you
well, it's all the time. They're just hearing it for an hour. I work here all damn day. Now, granted, during the day they close, but they'll open up around noon.
And then it's just sirens and police heading there and throwing people off, throwing people out and off and under, putting them in jail, just drunks and prostitutes and trouble and dancing.
It's over there in the lot. It ain't right beside me. I ain't got to look at it, but it's far enough right around that bend out there on the road, and that's where they go. They go down there all the time. I sit here and try to.
I mean, people go there to dance and have a good time.
Well, like I said, if people get to drinking and
but there's a bad element, and you mix that bad element in there with drinking, and
it's not. It's drinking's fine. What it is you go there to meet you a lady, and the lady dance with you once, and you get to drinking. These are young fellas too. I ain't talking about people my age. We know better. But when you're ignorant, don't know any better, it's fine to meet a lady. But I still to this day don't meet no lady in a bar.
Well, it's a recipe for a fight.
Well, the lady danced with this fella, and he drinking. The other guy up at the bar drinking too, waiting to dance. And then she danced with him. Then she go back to him, and one of them gonna get mad at the other. And at some point, say, "I want to dance with me," and in the sirens.
Yep, that's what happens. It's a place. Maybe it's best just to steer clear of it, y'all, because there's always a fight or something breaking out at Longhorns Dance Parlour. I don't mean to interrupt your sponsor, Jackie.
Well, I tried to. You didn't interrupt. It was.
I just want to give that warning out. If you hear a siren, they're going to Longhorn on this podcast, not wherever you live, Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's probably going somewhere different. But if you hear it on this podcast, they're heading over to Longhorns Dance Parlour because there's a fight breaking out. Best just to steer clear of it. We don't need to give them no more free publicity.
I've had enough of it. I know it.
Sorry,
if you work
everybody.
here all day, it's like living in a big city.
Yep.
I don't want it I don't want
Sounds like
here.
You live in Los Angeles.
Something like that. It's like New York, Los Angeles.
Yep.
Some big city where just crime all
Constantly.
the time. Yeah. Well, at least I know this isn't people shooting each other. There hadn't been no shooting in there in over 3 years.
Usually just a knife in or a bottle cracked against the counter.
Well, yeah. I mean,
slash at a throat or a face.
Some of those sirens are ambulance too. There's both kind of sirens.
Sometimes fire department.
Well, a couple of times, yeah. They had
EMTs.
to get over, yeah. But they just weird me out. It's just a recipe for
somehow, I don't even know how they did it, but some old boys got drunk over there and pulled the tornado alarm.
What?
Remember when we heard the tornado siren on here?
Oh, that's right.
And like, how do you pull? I didn't know you could do that. Like pull a fire
over there
alarm.
of all places, over at Longhorns Dance Parlour, they have some reason they got. Maybe the location of it, I don't know. But yeah,
but the tornado siren here in Murfreesboro is located at Longhorns.
Went off for 10, 15 damn minutes of that
and
thing.
It's like a ladder match in the WWE. Just drunks constantly crawling up to pull the tornado siren alarm, and then other drunks yanking them off there.
It scare the hell out of you is what it does. Now, see, used to regular sirens scare the hell out of me. Because every time I hear a siren working here, before it opened up, you hear a siren, you go out to, what's wrong? You go look to see what it is. Is somebody hurt? Are they coming here? Somebody, you want to know what's going on. Now, you just go, hell, because you know where it's going. But the tornado, that's a whole new thing. We've had some bad tornadoes come through here tore a bunch of homes, this and that up. But yeah, for them to be over there yanking on of all things, that's just you get whiskey and women, like old Grandpa Jones said.
What did he say?
Whiskey and women, whiskey and wild women.
And cigarettes.
Well,
cigarettes.
I don't think.
And whiskey.
Cigarette, if you sit around and smoke, you ain't hurt nobody but yourself.
Well, secondhand smoke. If you got a baby.
That's what they say now, but You know what I mean? Whiskey and women, though, yeah. That always just, you mix those two together, it's sirens.
It's sexist, Jackie.
I don't want to talk about them anymore. They already
let's not give them any free press. We're here talking about
it's just a waste of time, so I'm not going to mention it again. If you hear a sign, you know where it's going. We ain't going to explain it no more. That's all there is to it. Now, I won't get back to my sponsor.
Go for it.
Cobbler Gobbler, one of the best places, good place here in town to get you some cobbler.
Mm-hmm.
It's over off a square, Cobbler Gobbler. They got blueberry cobbler, raspberry cobbler, peach cobbler, and all fruit cobbler.
All fruit.
That's all of it in there together, yeah. That's one of the things people go there to get, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Somebody brought me some here one time. I know a fella that, works over there or married to somebody that works there, and he gave me $25. And it's all right. It's good cobbler, yeah. So Cobbler Gobbler.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Who give you the $25 for this? Somebody married to somebody that works there? Why is it any of his business?
He works there. That's where he works. He want business, job.
Keep her
security.
out of the house so he can keep
Oh, it ain't about that. He just wants to,
He wants to go over to the Longhorns Dance Parlour.
This day and age, I had enough of hearing about them. Just leave it alone. This day and age, here it is.
You hear that siren? Can y'all hear that siren?
Well, if we can hear it, they probably can. It must have been a big fight to get two of them over there.
Welcome to this week's edition of Can Y'all Hear That Siren? I'm Jackie Brawls, and this is my friend Dunlap.
Huh?
Well, there goes that siren.
Well, I know where they're going. I've had enough of it.
Where do you think they're going then?
I'd call up over there and complain, but it ain't going to do a damn bit of good. Somebody behind that bar try to even pick up the phone. They're out there line dancing, this and that, and the music's so damn loud.
Oh, what a horrible place.
I've called over there. That's what it's like. You screaming there like, what? I said, get you, ducks in a row over there. Get something together. Get up security. I don't know. I've had it with these sirens. And, of course, all they doing, what? Music's too loud. Sorry, I can't hear you. Hung up. So it is a waste of my breath. And, of course, what do you do when you get noise complaint? Well, you call the police.
Right. More sirens.
Hey.
It's a never-ending circle. It's like boot, scooting, boogie, fight, blood, siren. Jackie calls, police come, another siren.
Well,
that's not really a circle.
It only took 2 times for that to happen for me to never call police again over it.
You ever try to talk to somebody who's yelling over boot, scooting, boogie, you get tired of it real fast.
Well, I called the police is who I complained to. I called Longhorns, and I told you how that went. I called Bud Jenkins up on the force. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Officer Jenkins.
I called him. I said, do y'all got to turn the siren? If you know what it is, you go in there all the time. Have you got to turn the siren on? You going to get there? Well, you going to scare them away? Just, there ain't no reason. He said, well, that's regulation. We got to do it. So, thank you. Thanks for that, police department. Thank you.
For your
I ain't
service.
even going to say the name again. I'm tired of, thank you for your service, yeah.
Sorry, we keep bringing Longhorn.
Well, it's not us. It's all the mess going on over there. It's just acting crazy.
It's just a bad element in town.
And the police refusing to at least turn it down, turn the damn siren down. We know where you're going.
Now, this isn't like a real scum of the earth kind of bar. This isn't just
No,
like
some of these fellas, I said they're young fellas, they're nice fellas.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't a place,
No.
It's all fighting over women. I know some people, some good people got in some trouble over there just because they're putting themselves in that situation. But, it's, it's a place you dress nice to go to. You put, because you're trying to impress ladies or vice versa. They're trying to get a man's attention. So everybody's dressed nice, and not in a bad way. It's line dancing, not in that kind of whatever
It's like
way.
Urban Cowboy, but there's a lot of fights in
Yeah,
Urban
it's like
Cowboy.
that. That's a good movie besides what's his name in it. It would have been a good movie.
Who are you talking about?
John
John Travolta?
Yeah, him.
The main guy in Urban Cowboy.
The rest of it was good.
It's 75% John Travolta.
I know somebody else could have, when he just went in there and danced and be sitting there drinking a beer looking around, it was good. I just didn't care nothing about him, I just don't like that actor so much. I like Phenomenon. He's good in that.
Mm-hmm. That's the only John Travolta movie you like. You don't like Grease?
Why do I like Grease for? singing and dancing, I mean, I don't like that kind of music. That's not my taste. I don't like he dances and sings a lot. I never did like any of that phenomenon. Didn't do none of that. Just real smart.
Smart enough to know to stay away from Longhorns Dance
All
Parlour,
right, enough.
bet.
I don't want to talk about it. Listen, go to Cobbler Gobbler. Get you some cobbler. It's good. They got, like I said, the blueberry, raspberry, all fruit, and peach. So go
it ain't
down.
bad. I've had it.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean,
Cobbler Gobbler.
yeah, it ain't like. Well, I don't want to say his name either. Give him any free publicity.
Hey.
You know,
I know. Don't
that
even
mean son of a bitch who makes the best
I
cobbler
know
in town.
it ain't that kind of cobbler, but if you just got a taste for some cobbler and don't want to have your family run down,
There's a guy here in Murfreesboro makes the best cobbler you ever had in your mouth. He is horrible to you. It ain't like the soup Nazi. He ain't got rules. Like if you don't follow the rules, he'll kick you out. He will attack you for no reason, verbally. He doesn't really get physical, but he's thrown a few things.
He'll shove that counter around, just
He'll
make
make you
noise.
think he's coming at you.
Yeah, I've seen him like you just grab something just to shake it, and like you step back about 3 feet when it does that.
He knows things about you that he can bring up and deliver a crushing blow. It's embarrassing.
He lived here all his life. He knows everybody.
I don't know how,
town,
but he knows things that like nobody else should know that he can bring up and throw right in your face. And it's all you put up with it just to get that cobbler. And I swear to God, it's worth it. Personal attacks on your mother.
It's
Jackie,
the worst.
I've heard him call Jackie every name in the book, and Jackie just stands there getting red-faced. But, man, he wants that cobbler.
Well, like I said, you sit there and go through it. I don't know it. Maybe it's a release or something to get that mad, and then maybe he knows got some psychological thing he's doing. I don't think so. I think he's just plumb mean is what I think. I don't think there's nothing to it but that. But
psychotic.
There's something where you sit there and take it, and then you go get, because I don't drive away. I don't sit in there and eat it. Nobody does. I go out to the car and sit there and eat it in the car, and it's just like it's just a wave. It takes all your emotions away. It's something, I don't know. You take a bite of that stuff, and it's just, I have to sit there and breathe for a little while, take a bite. It's just the best thing you ever put in your mouth. And I don't know if him cussing you out and running you down has anything to do with that. I don't think it does, but it's still, I guess, an interesting combination. I don't know what else to say.
But that's the best cobbler in
It's the
Murfreesboro.
best cobbler I'd ever put in my mouth. Why else would I sit there and take that? Why would any human? And there's people lined up. People nervous, sweating, lined up outside, knowing what they got to go through to get some of that cobbler. It's pitiful to go there. It's worse sometimes sitting in line and watching the other people sweating and nervous and scared to death and watching, because I know what's coming to me, but some of these other people, bless their hearts, you get to feel for them. At least it gets you out of your own personal anger looking at them.
Old women, the handicapped, it doesn't matter.
I sit there and get the feeling terrible for them because I know what's coming, especially that, it's just pitiful because you can hear them before you even get in the door. Like I said, there has been days where there's lines outside and that screen door goes, you can still hear them screaming at whoever's like 6, 7 people up from you in there. Like, well, it's his turn now.
Decorated Korean War veterans, it does not matter. He will take personal facts, horrible family secrets.
Well, let me say right now, since we talked about this fella, at Cobbler Gobbler, there will be none of that. I don't want anybody to get confused here. Cobbler Gobbler is a fine establishment, good cobbler. It's good. Yeah. It's you get some ice cream on it. Like now, the other cobbler we talk about, I don't want no ice cream near it.
Mess it up.
No, sir, you don't put nothing near this cobbler. You eat it just like it is. You don't need to add nothing to it. Nothing to it. It's just best thing you ever put in your mouth. But Cobbler Gobbler, get a scoop of ice cream.
It's in and out. It's kind of like Boston Market or something.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Antiseptic. Just walk in. They got fluorescent lights. They're friendly. Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? I guess they got that market cornered on cobbler establishments that don't cuss you out and attack you.
Well, yeah,
personally.
If you just have a taste for just you just say, I'd like some cobbler or whatever, and you ain't. It's a little bit better. It is better. I shouldn't say little bit. It's just in the comparison there. You know, cobbler, you get it Kroger in the freezer. Cobbler.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And that's good. And, you know, everybody likes to eat that. It's a little better than that. And I'm going to say right now, I hope that establishes, I know they're our sponsor, but, you know, just for the fact that they are friendly and pleasant to you, in this day and age, it's worth, you know,
that's worth
being a patron there and then getting you some, you know, get you some sweets or something. You know, we get sweet taste in your mouth.
Look, they're not idiots. They know that their cobbler does not compare to this son of a bitch who we ain't going to say his name.
I don't ever say his name on here. He is the worst human to ever walk the earth.
Jackie, what would you do, though, if you went into his establishment and he was like, you know, cussed you up and down and attacked your wife?
That's
and your
what
mother,
it does, yeah.
And then he said, I want to advertise. I want to sponsor your podcast.
Oh, hell. I wouldn't. I'd sit there and keep my mouth shut till I got my cobbler and walked out. I wouldn't. Dad, I wouldn't take $25. I wouldn't take 1 red cent from that man. There's only one thing I'm going to take from that man, and that's that cobbler he's serving up with that spoon. That's it.
Well, yeah, what if he pays you in cobbler? What if he says, I'll sponsor your podcast. You have to get on there and tell people to come and do what I say, and I'll pay you in cobbler. Free cobbler.
Well, like more than what I already sit there and sat through.
Not like a lifetime supply of free cobbler, but what if he's like 2 weeks of free cobbler? You come in on Wednesday night and Saturday night. I'll give you free helpings of cobbler for 2 weeks. You just talk about my show on the air. So that's 4 times you come in here.
For doing one-time sponsor.
One-time sponsor.
4 cobblers for one-time sponsor? Yeah. Hell, I don't know. That just... for 4 cobblers... And I still got to go in there and get hollered at, too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's why he does the...
Well, that's 4 more times, but I ain't paying nothing, so... I don't know. I'd have to think about that. It ain't going to happen. He ain't never going to do that. Hell, I hope he never finds out we talk on here like this. Good Lord. I'll never hear the end of it.
You know, the gloves are be off then.
Oh, good Lord.
But, what was the place you were talking about?
Cobbler Gobbler.
Oh,
it's right off a square. Blueberry, raspberry, peach, all fruit cobbler.
All fruit, I got to try that.
It's, you know, to me, it's
not
too
all
much.
Fruit. It's just blueberry, raspberry, and peach.
Well, yeah.
I never had a raspberry cobbler.
It's all right. It ain't I like peach cobbler. You know what I like. We all know what I like. But all fruit's too much. Too much in there.
All of them. Well, it's Cobbler Gobbler. That's Jackie's sponsor for this week.
Yeah.
And I got a sponsor, Jackie, that we've talked about on here before, but he's never actually been our sponsor. It's a business here in Murfreesboro. Longhorns Dance Parlour.
What?
Here in Murfreesboro. Real close, just around the bend from Jackie's store there.
What?
Come on down to Longhorns Dance Parlour, where good times, clean fun, and fancy dancing, they call it, at Longhorns Dance Parlour. Have a beer, relax, get to know the ladies or gentlemen across the bar from you.
What
if
the
you're
hell
single.
are you
Or
talking?
if you're married, bring your wife or husband for a date night. Get on out there, do some boot scooting boogie, and relax, have a drink, or, you know, have a soda water. Good, clean fun down at Longhorns Dance Parlour.
We just sat here and listened to 2 sirens go by on this one. Mm-hmm. Just one we're doing today.
Right.
And there was at least 3 or 4 more before we sat down and start recording any of this mess.
Right. And if you go back and listen, there's a siren probably the last 6 or 7 shows.
I know it because it's right down the street over there.
Just around the bend, just past the bend here from
Who gave you They gave you $25?
Yeah. Yeah, they said that they heard us talking about them on the podcast.
How can they hear anything over there for all the loud music and the sirens? It don't make any sense.
They said that what they do, people tell them about it.
Oh, hell.
Usually after the police have swept in and cleared out the place in those rare quiet moments. And that's what they wanted me to actually bring up now is these 2-for-1 specials. If you hear a siren, heading to Longhorns, good, clean fun. If you hear a siren, get on down there. 2-for-1 drink specials every time you hear a siren.
What?
Because it's probably going to
Drink special?
Longhorns Dance Parlour.
That's making it worse. Every time the police come, you give people free
Because
out.
the police get everybody out. They arrest half of them. They're interviewing. The place is empty. They got to it's a numbers game, Jackie. They got to get people through that
But
door.
then you get them all drunker like that, they're going to be sirens coming in again.
Well, then 2-for-1. It's not a one siren a night deal.
Hell.
Every time you hear a siren. Also, it's ladies' night every time you hear a siren.
What?
So every time you hear a siren is ladies' night. So get on down there if you're a lady. Put on your fancy dancing clothes.
Oh, hell.
Something provocative.
Enough.
And get your 2-for-1 drinks on. There may be some commotion in the parking lot, but just
If you
step
drink-
around anybody being cuffed on the pavement.
If you get a drink every time there is a siren, you will not be able to walk out of there. Ain't no human can drink that much.
Well, you don't have
What,
to
that's
go
just
home.
a recipe. It's already a recipe for trouble, and you
Yeah.
just adding the worst ingredient there. You adding more of the thing that gets everybody fighting to begin with, and then more police. It don't make any sense.
When did you become the scold of the free men,
What?
Jackie?
Scold of what?
Free men. I'm a free man under the U.S. Constitution, Jackie. I don't know if you've
ain't,
heard about
you
that.
ain't free when they put you in handcuffs and put you in that police car and drive you to jail. You are not free. No,
I don't
sir.
know if you heard about prohibition, but it was repealed
Oh,
thanks to
hell.
Elliot Ness
I
and the
said there ain't no
Untouchables.
trouble if you sit there and drink. That'd be fine. There's plenty of bars around here. I know at least until around 6, 7 in the evening where people don't do nothing but sit there and drink. They don't even talk to one another. They just sit there and drink, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes I like to go do that myself. But this is a place where you don't drink. You get to drinking, trying to pick up this girl, and she's trying to pick up this fella, and then everybody's drunk, mad and hollering, and the music's so damn loud you can't even think to begin with. It's going to be trouble.
If you want to spend your night with a bunch of other old, disappointed by life, grizzled drunks not talking to each other, go to some dimly lit hole in a wall.
At least they're respectful.
I like to dance. I like to drink. I like to fight. I like to chase
All
gas.
right, enough. I don't want
I
to
go
encourage
to
anybody to.
Longhorns Dance Parlour. They give me $25
All right, enough. That ain't no sponsor on here.
for
No,
good,
it ain't.
clean fun down at Longhorns Dance Parlour.
Oh, hell.
Date night or any night.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, it's Jackie Bros.
And I'm Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update Podcast.
Yeah.
We're 23 minutes into it, and we just played the theme song. Is that bad?
I
Right.
always thought you put the theme song at the start, but then you was trying to put all their sponsors all together.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
we
said
need to
just
do
put
that.
sponsors at the beginning before the music starts, and
Is
then
that too long to wait for a theme song, people? What do you think? Let us
they
know.
heard that every time where they want. I don't know why anybody wants to listen to any of this, but I don't think anybody. Does somebody listen to this just for that damn song?
That'd be amazing. You can download the song.
It's all by itself, yeah.
You don't need the rest of it. But if there is somebody out there who just listens to us for the theme song, so then what? They download it every week, listen to the theme song, and then turn it off?
I don't know. People are crazy. I saw on the news there's some radio, San Francisco, that says playing the same song over and over again for like 2 days now, something like that.
But see, nowadays, Jackie, people are overwhelmed by choice. You got your Spotify, your Pandora, You got your Beats radio, your
I don't
iTunes
know.
radio.
I don't know what.
Just get on iTunes, download this and that, torrent it.
You make it. I know that you know how to make music come out of the computer. I know that. Yeah. If I say put on, I'd like to hear some Hank Snow or something, you can go over
Get on YouTube.
on your computer and
Look up Hank Snow.
What I don't do all that. I just tell you, and you get on there and do it for me sometimes. And then sometimes you show me somebody going to the bathroom or something like that. It's not funny.
YouTube is great.
Well, I know not to look anymore unless I hear Hank Snow singing first. Then I go over and look at it, and you have clip from the opera. And
That's actually a good guideline for you in life.
Well,
Mac.
you got
don't
me.
Look unless you hear Hank Snow coming from it.
You got me, though, that time. You said, come look at this Hank Snow, and I went over there. Somebody going to the bathroom. You had Hank Snow playing and somebody going to the bathroom. It ain't funny.
I worked hard on that. I had to find the perfect Hank Snow. I opened up iMovie. I had to cut a whole video together of this dude.
You spent all that time putting Hank Snow, somebody go to the bathroom to make me mad.
Yeah.
Really lets me know how you feel about me as a human being. That's thank you. I appreciate that.
Y'all look it up. It's called Hank Snow Explosive Diarrhea 14. Because there were 13. Believe it or not, there were 13 other videos of people having explosive diarrhea and set to Hank Snow songs. I could have just used one of them, but I didn't think they were professional enough. Like, I have standards.
I don't want to see any video go in the bathroom with Hank Snow. I don't want to see it. Nobody in their right mind should want to see something like that, and that's what the computer does.
You know he's drunk, right? That makes it funnier. Like, he can't hardly stand up. It's all over his britches. It's funny.
It ain't funny to me. That stuff...
What are you laughing for, then, if it ain't funny?
I ain't laughing.
You remembering some funny parts to it.
I was not. It's not funny.
You know,
Hank Snow going to the bathroom.
Hank Snow going to the bathroom be amazing.
It wasn't that. He knew better.
Listen.
Hank Snow.
He had to go to the bathroom like any other man or woman. Hank Snow is not supernatural.
He had more sense not to put it on the computer.
He's been dead since there was computers. I don't know when he died. Listen, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I will pay you $100 in cash if you have a video of Hank Snow going to the bathroom.
Enough. I don't want to hear about people.
Family members, anybody out there, if you can come up with 100.
That's what computers have done to this world.
I will give you $100 just so I can show Jackie Hank Snow going to the bathroom. I would love...
enough.
Man.
I ain't going to listen to this.
$200. $200 to the first person who gives me a video of Hank Snow going to the bathroom. 1 or 2. And that's a standing offer.
I don't even want... Enough.
It's not Hank Snow impersonator.
Don't give anybody... There's already videos of people going to the bathroom with his music playing. Don't make it any worse than it is.
If you are a Hank Snow impersonator and you film yourself...
Oh, hell.
As if things weren't bad enough for you in life as it is. If you film yourself going to the bathroom and send it to me, I will give you $50. Now, you have to be a professional. I ain't saying some dude put on a toupee and a second-hand nudie suit and sing I've Been Everywhere and try to act like you Hank Snow. I mean, you need to have the look and singing and talking down. You got to be...
If they are that talented that they can do Hank Snow, why would they go to the bathroom and put it on the computer? You crazy talk. It don't make any sense. Like I said, Hank Snow had more sense than to put... I know he was dead, but I don't think he was sitting around wishing there was some machine that would show everybody him going to the bathroom. He didn't think that.
He was Canadian.
Not once. I don't care where you're from. It don't excuse...
There's more on YouTube than just people going to the bathroom and Hank Snow songs and people going to the bathroom to Hank Snow songs.
It don't matter what you... Right now, you sitting there talking about this. Trying to pay somebody money for a tape of this, and in the newspaper on the news the other day, Johnny Carson got a porno, and somebody's trying to buy Johnny Carson porno. That's what this world has turned into. That's what the computer has done to this nation's mind.
People always like porno, though. That's You ever seen any
Not
of that?
every 5 minutes of the day.
Remember
Back in the day, they had, now listen, I ain't proud of this. I was in the service, and I'll just be, you go in a back room of somebody's house, and they put up a old projector.
Yeah, old sheet. Everybody
And
gets
put
under
up,
the
they
sheet.
didn't need a sheet wall, something like that. And they called them, back in, they called them sex movies.
Did you watch a lot of these sex movies?
No, I did not. I was a young man in the surface. I never made a habit of watching anything like that ever again. But back then, you had to go through all that trouble. You had to find a place to do it. You had to set up that projector. You had to put that thing in there. You had to put the reel. And nowadays, you just hit a button.
Yep. And then start whacking it.
All right, enough. I'm just saying that's what that machine
How did
has
anybody
done.
keep an erection through all that setup?
I don't want to think about
Impossible.
that.
I get mad if my internet goes down or my wireless goes out. I'm not going to get hard for like 3 days.
Enough. I don't want to hear this.
Just get ruined. Just ruins me. Like, supposed to be easier, but I'm like,
Oh,
more
hell.
technology, more problems, I guess. In the
Enough.
downstairs department.
Yes, Pete, there's teachers in school that get caught. They're supposed to be teaching school, and they sitting there hitting a button and looking at that filth.
Well, how are you supposed to turn down that
Oh,
temptation?
hell.
That temptation's always there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got a machine. Anytime that something, a young man or a man, or old man, whatever that thought goes through your mind, that urge, whatever, all you got to do is just look at your damn phone.
I think that's part of the reason that radio station is played. I know it's just a publicity stunt, but no choice. If you don't have any choice, it's sort of a novelty now. Used to, we had to listen to whatever the radio played. Nowadays, we're so used to choice that we're scrounging around like, you know who I'd like to see fucking? Johnny Carson.
All right, enough.
And people are digging through whatever they got to dig through to find it because we want to see everybody doing it. We want a choice. We want everything for free. We want everything downloadable. We want everything on YouTube. We miss the world where the radio station plays YMCA for 48 hours and we're stuck. And that's it. That's your life. We have Johnny Carson sex tape, but maybe we're yearning for the simpler times of huge corporations dictating exactly what we could watch and when.
Yeah.
Or at least having to put a sheet up.
I ain't saying that that's better. It ain't no better looking. It ain't nothing productive, positive come out of looking at that kind of stuff. They just don't nothing good come out of it as far as I'm concerned. I can't say anything.
So what happens then? Because now you watch porn and you masturbate, Jackie.
I don't.
Not you personally.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Enough. I don't want to think about anybody doing that kind of stuff.
But what
it's not for
happened back
conversation.
then
It's
when
nothing
I
want to discuss.
I saw an episode of Laverne and Shirley where it was they were throwing a bachelor party for somebody and Carmine and everybody was there and they were showing some stag films in the back and I'm like, well, what happens after they watch it? Everybody walking around bumping into each other with their hard dicks. What happened after you? Sorry.
I don't.
If any kids are listening.
Back in now, it wasn't all about that. It's just you didn't see that nowhere.
So
I don't know about.
I'm
back past. I'm talking before Laverne and Shirley times. I'm talking.
You're talking pre-Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. This I know that's a ways back, but I'm talking about further. You just went there to say, "Oh my goodness, look how you didn't see stuff like that."
So it was more like going to the circus than it was.
Oh,
it
wasn't no circus. It's people acting like animals. I'll say that. Yeah, maybe it is like a circus.
Well, I mean, it's like a circus or a freak show or the Grand Canyon or something where you just go look at it just for the novelty. Like, I may never get to see something like this again.
That's it, and I didn't,
So I need to go to Hoover Dam.
I didn't spend the rest of my life having to look at all that stuff. I wouldn't know how to run a projector if I wanted to.
So it wasn't like after you watched it, all you guys started making out and touching each other?
No, what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Enough. No.
You didn't go to the bathroom and all watch each other pull on it?
Nobody did anything. I'm just talking about.
You just went home?
I'm talking about what the sex movie is, what they called it, and you went there and saw it, and everybody chuckled, smoked cigarettes, this and that, and you drank a beer, and then it's over, he'd put it in the projector, and, some men had lewd things to say. I never said nothing like that, and this is years ago.
You were very respectful at the sex movie,
I
sure.
don't know. I didn't say nothing. I was in there for a beer, and there's a place to smoke. Of course, back then, every place was. But I didn't necessarily know what kind of movie. It was so long ago, I barely remember.
But that doesn't make any sense, Jackie, and I'm not calling you a liar. But sort of, because if you go to the Washington Monument or, say, the Lincoln Memorial, you're in Washington, D.C. as a tourist, you drive away from there feeling patriotic, like maybe I can do more to make this country a better place to live in. Look at all we've done. You see a sex movie, you drive away from that thinking, I'm hard as hell.
All right, enough. I'm not going to listen.
After you watch it and see it, there are feelings and just responses that occur.
It was black and white and blurry, and I didn't know what was going on half the time. I just knew it was one of those things.
What
sex
things?
movies. Sex movies. That's what they called it back then.
The idea of you watching a sex movie has put me off.
All
porn.
right, enough.
Probably
good.
Permanently.
Good. Then everybody needs to think about me watching one of those sex movies and get off a computer and not hit the button all the time to watch that stuff.
Well, that's
good.
True.
I want to run on that campaign. I never want to run nothing in my life, but I'll do that. Y'all think of me doing whatever it is. A sex movie, if it'll make you stop, that's fine. You can use my likeness. Do it, please.
There's people addicted to porn. It's ruined their lives.
Yeah, and they, people go to church camps, everything else. If thinking about me, sex movie is something, then that's, if it'll make you get your life in order, please do it.
Next time you want to throw your life down the drain and watch some porno, and you hunched over your laptop, just imagine Jackie Broll sitting right next to you.
I don't want to think about it, but if it helps them, they can think about it.
Well, that's nice of you to offer yourself up like that, Jackie.
Anything to make this world just sane again, reasonable. I don't care what it takes. Teachers, and there was a church, and I ain't going to embarrass it, they already embarrassed us on the news, where the preacher had one of them things. See, the computer ain't got no business in church to begin with. You avoid that situation right there. But he's giving some thing where he point the computer and it go up on the wall behind him over the cross or whatever, and he hit the wrong thing.
And what?
It was some sex thing. I don't know.
And everybody's seen it.
Well, it was at the church. I don't know how bad it was. All sex stuff is bad. Some people say, oh, ain't nothing wrong with Playboy magazine, this and that. But see, that's where it starts right there.
It's a slippery slope.
And then you're on the way to old Larry Flint, what all he's put out in the world, all the positive, what a positive influence and all the good things that he's put in this world. Oh, Mr. Larry Flint, yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
What? You know what I'm saying, Hill.
So Jackie hates porn.
Look, it used to be you had to do what I said they did at some man's house, closet, whatever, garage, put on the wall. Then it come into all those VHS tapes. And I still got, people don't watch them no more. I ain't got dirty ones. I got John Wayne. I got Chisholm and some other stuff stacked up over there. On old VHS tapes is when everybody started. See, it started there. They passed these videotapes. There's a business. You couldn't stay in business unless you gave dirty movies away. If you had one of them stores you used to rent movies from.
Yep, you had to go behind the curtain.
You had the curtain back there, and you knew what they were doing when they were going back there. I was always in the Western War section, and it's right there next to it.
Right next to it. They put the war section right next to the porn section.
Well, I didn't ever go behind the curtain, hell.
Well, you watched other people go behind the curtain.
Yes, I could tell some people who wanted to go in there, and they saw me sitting there looking at, how the West was won or whatever, and they wouldn't go in there, and I knew they was waiting. I knew it. And I sat there, and I said, well, I don't know about this Western, maybe about this one. And I'd sit there and do that all day, keep them from going in there. I won't watch McClintock. No. There's a lot of John Wayne Westerns on VHS that I can go through to keep you from going in that dirty room. And I did.
Well, what about the people who didn't give a shit about you and just walk right on
well,
past you?
They don't care one way or the other. about what to do or how they look and this and that. The ones that did care is the one I was trying to get through. Those people go in there and walk out with a stack full, a handful. I saw a man come out of these. When you see, young people don't know what we're talking about, these video stores. I remember a man come out of their curtain room, dirty room, with a stack of 16, 17 of those things.
That's the one.
Like proud, walking through. Look at all this I got. So he's beyond help right there. And see, now he don't have to do that. Nobody has to do that anymore. You just sit at home, hit a button, or sit in school and hit a button. Sit in church and hit a button. See, wherever you at.
I just can't imagine. Kids today can't remember the level of commitment you had to make to choose a dirty movie in the room. It's like, you're going to watch it. That's what you got. You know, you ain't got like tons of money to throw around. You come out there with one, maybe two things. If one of them doesn't turn out that great, you got to make the most of it. You got to get through it. You got to power through. You got to knuckle down and make it work.
What?
But now with the internet, just click, click, click. You don't like that?
Oh,
I can't imagine ordering like a Playboy movie on pay-per-view like for $12 or whatever. They ain't even that good. What a waste of money. The internet, I will say this, Jackie, the internet has maybe it's ruined our attention spans, but when it comes to pornography, it certainly gives us a variety that was lacking back in the dirty curtain days.
That's what I'm saying. Now, ought not be. Maybe if you took so much time sitting in the dirty room looking at pictures on boxes, maybe after 2 hours of trying to figure out which thing you need to take home and play with yourself with, you decided this ain't worth it. Something wrong with me.
Say, and Pete, you had to drive and you get excited. Now you're on the computer. It comes up, click. You had to go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Sneak in the room.
It's just a computer, and I don't mean to sound like an old fuddy-duddy. It's just a sin machine. You just hit it and do whatever you want. What good comes from the computer? Name me one good thing besides you stealing this movie, or I got this, or I stole this, or I watched this porno sex movie, or somebody mad yelling at somebody else saying something ugly. Name one good thing that comes from it. Nothing.
You see that one video of that cat? Sound like it was talking like a Swedish chef.
No, I didn't see that.
That's pretty good.
All right, yeah. Well, I didn't. There's some animals on there, yeah, but I can watch them on, Animal Planet. But
goats, lots of goat videos lately.
Well,
People
that's true. I like
keep
goats,
sending your goat videos to us on Facebook or Twitter because Jackie does appreciate those.
I did until you pulled that Hank Snow bit with the goat. He used to show me, come here and look at this goat. Nothing made me happy come over that computer. That's why I'm saying you got it in my head. It's like a dog you beat with a rolled up newspaper. I won't go near the computer anymore. He said, give a goat. And, as soon as you hear that, hear that goat sound, you walk over a computer. It just draws you to it. A goat, or outside a real goat would do the same, but on a computer. And sure enough, I went over
the noise. If it's an open window and it's outside or it's on a computer or it's TV, you hear goat noise, it's going to draw you.
I want to hear, it's a goat. I want to say I like goats. That's all there is to it. And he knew that, just like he knew with the Hank Snow. And sure enough, before I knew it, I hear that goat sound, a goat hollering, screaming, making fun of sound. And you go over there and there's someone going to the damn bathroom. The goat sounds. It ain't funny. It ain't funny. Something is wrong. That's what I'm saying. Looking at all this sex movie, porno, all this Johnny Carson, he did go to the bathroom stuff, has messed with your mind. There is nothing funny about nothing funny about that. Old man trying to work thinks he gonna get like a spot of joy, just a little, good, I get a break. I'm back behind that hot stove all day, and Jackie comes say, and that does my heart good to see a little goat, this and that.
Can I say this was literally like 3 minutes after I showed him the Hank Snow video?
It don't matter when it
right
was.
Back around and fell for it like an idiot.
Why does it matter when it was? It ain't going to happen again.
You just had seen me pull the wool over your eyes with the brilliant Hank Snow bathroom video.
All right, there ain't nothing brilliant about either one of them.
You're cussing me, walk away, still cussing me, then you hear the goat sounds, you're like, oh, what's this? And you come over, boom, right back in your face, bathroom. Boom.
That's it. Just take everything a man likes, everything that touches a man's heart in his life. It's a hard life. It's hard to get through the world. You wake up some mornings and you don't want to do it, especially at my age. And I go work all day long. And you take the few things that brings me joy in my life and turn it into bathroom.
And goats.
What kind of person are you? What kind of human being do you even think you
prankster.
are? Oh, hell. Ain't no...
I use the internet to bring joy to my life and others' lives. If you could learn how to take a joke and appreciate a good bathroom video.
You ain't ever brought any joy to me on a computer ever. Not once.
I'll try to find some of them baby goat videos for you, Jackie.
And
I'll go home tonight and I'll cut together a super cut of baby goats.
Now, I like baby goats, but you just winding me up.
No, I'll do it, Jackie.
Ain't nothing cuter than baby goats jumping and playing and flipping. And
I know.
I'd love it. I'd love it. And if it were me, Animal Planet, and then don't run enough of it. Every now and then you get some baby goats on Animal Planet. You sure do. But to me, I like all the other animals. You have like 2 hours to show all the animals from around the world, tiger, lion, camel, all that stuff. And then the rest of it was just baby goats. I'd watch every show on there. I'd never turn it off.
Let me go. I could just show you the baby goats now, but let me go home and work on it.
How many? Is it like 4 or 5 of them? Just
I'll try to put you.
It don't matter the number. It don't matter. But no, you just gonna no.
No,
I
Jackie,
don't
what
want
I'm
to say
gonna
nothing.
do, I was gonna surprise you, but what I was gonna do was put the baby goats with some Hank Snow underneath it, where you could still hear the goats, but just have a good Hank Snow number playing under the goats. It's like a super cut. I'll do like 35, 40 minutes of that, Jackie.
Oh, you'll do no such a thing.
I'll do goats and Hank Snow music. And tomorrow you can take a lunch break and just sit down and watch them go. But I need to go home and work on it.
I'm not going to look at nothing you're going to show me on there. Nope.
Well,
I know better.
As soon as you hear them adorable little bleats, you'll come running.
Well, ain't nothing cuter in the world than a baby goat, and I know that. That ain't the point. Of course, I want to see it, but you ain't going to do it. You're going to do something else.
Well, you think I'd try to trick you again?
What
kind of idiot would fall for it a third time?
That's the point I'm saying. I ain't going to.
Just give me a chance, Jackie. That's all I ask.
Hell.
You seem a little down these days.
Well, you wear me down is what you do it. You wear me down. That's what it is. Just wore out from it all.
So, guys, if you have any goat videos or Hank Snow videos you want to send Jackie to make his days a little brighter, go ahead. Whatever you do at the end of it, don't splice on a guy using the bathroom.
I would trust somebody else before I'd trust you ever. If somebody else helped me get on a computer and somebody send me something, I'll look at it. I love baby goat, but nobody in their right mind's going to do that. There's nobody as mean as you. There's hopefully some good people on the computer out there that spend the time sending me some nice goat videos as opposed to hitting the button and watching sex movies.
We're about 50 minutes in, Jackie. Should we talk about the news or just leave it there?
I don't got nothing to talk about. I don't know what there's airplane missing. Nobody knows where it is, so we can sit there and be like the news and say, I don't know where that plane is. Where do you think it is? I don't know either.
No wonder what people watch sex movies. At least I know what's going to happen.
All right, enough.
There's no mystery to it. Hit a button, bam. You don't like it? Bam.
I don't.
Boom.
Tired of talking about it. You spent the whole time talking about porno sex stuff.
Well, it
wore me out. I don't want to talk about that stuff anymore. Enough.
I can show you some stuff. They have like age appropriate. There's a whole thing on elderly women, Jackie, if you want to see some of that.
I don't want to see nothing.
I can find you anything you want.
I don't want to see anything like that. Nothing. I don't, like I said, I'm wore out from just talking about that stuff. I don't want to see it.
Okay, I can get online and find any sex act, anything. Give me about 7 minutes.
Enough.
I'm going somewhere with this.
If you hand me that phone, I'll knock it out of your hand and hit it with a hammer.
No,
don't put it near my face.
First of all, don't touch my phone.
Don't you dare! Don't stick it in my face. Then he'll run in with that phone, show you something, stick it in your face. I know. Look away. Now,
you hear that siren? Ladies' night. 2 for 1. So let's hurry up and get done with this, Jackie, because I got to get down to Longhorns.
Oh, good.
Dance
Go down
Parlour,
there.
just
Go to
around
jail.
the bend from Jackie's.
Maybe though, if they don't give you a computer in jail, I'll be safe for a night.
How can I get online and find any sex act I want in about 7 minutes?
know.
How can we find a Johnny Carson porno, but we can't find a freaking plane? That does not make any sense. How have we come up with the Johnny Carson sex tape, but a gigantic plane has disappeared and we don't know where it is?
That's old Amelia Earhart.
You know, is there a sex tape of her?
Enough.
Is that how you watch people dressed up? Is that your fetish? Is
Don't
that what you're
watch.
into?
I said Amelia Earhart when a plane went down.
You got
nobody
a
knew
Earhart
what
fetish?
Enough. I ain't got no kind of ish, any kind.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. What we got? Airplane Noah, Osama bin Laden. They shot up his body, supposedly. Rand Paul, Ukraine.
That Noah, everybody's up mad about that. I don't want to talk about it till we go see it. I like Russell Crowe's.
We got to talk over it when it comes out on DVD?
I just want to see it. No, I don't necessarily want to hear
I'll get you a torrent.
Whatever it is, I don't know. No, if you get it for me, I want to see Russell Crowe's with all the animals, and it'll be someone going to the bathroom. Don't give me nothing. I'm going to pay my money.
Those animals on a boat, nobody was going to the bathroom? Get a grip.
Enough.